Hello folks, this is John Oakes coming to you from Hankster's Hot Rods here in Homer City, Pennsylvania location. Today we're going to go over our newest addition to our inventory with you, this being a 1963 Chevrolet Nova. As you can see here, the car sitting right behind me, done in the white exterior here. Again, the paint on this car, the body panels, all your gaps, your elevations, all of that stuff is in really good shape. Everything's been adjusted very nicely on the car. And as we walk around, just kind of take note of that, view all of the photos that we've taken of it also for you to view. You can check all of that stuff out in a lot more detail there. As far as the exterior of the car, like I said, white exterior. It does have the steel 2-inch cowl induction hood on it here, as you can see. We have all of our bright work, our bumpers front and rear, our wheel moldings, all of our emblems, all of your trim along your doors, the mirrors and so forth. All of that is in really nice shape on this car. No dents or dings in any of it really here as far as your wheel well or wheel lip moldings go. As you can see, the wheels on this car, they are American Racing Torq Thrust 2 polished aluminum wheels. That traditional, kind of that classic 5-spoke design there. As far as tires go, size-wise, we've got 195/60 R15s on the front. And then out here on the back, we've got 235/60 R15s back here. Again, as far as emblems go, not too much on the exterior of the car here. You do have the 350 cross flag emblems down here on the front fenders, one on each side. You've got your mirrors here, just one on the driver's side. All of your bright work here, as you can see around your rain gutters here, those are in great shape. No dents or dings in any of that. As far as all your trim on the windows, you can see that that's all in really good condition too. And then your trim along the doors. This is probably what would be the original trim on the car. Still not in bad shape. And then your door handles, the chrome on those, there's no pitting or anything on those. The door handles are in really good shape. As you can see, your gaps here on the front and back side of the door, very nice and tight gaps there. Elevations are good. And then any body lines, as you can see, all lines up very nice on the car. The glass itself too, great shape. There's no chips or cracks on any of the glass here to speak of. We'll open the door up and we're going to go ahead and check out the interior of this car now. Now this car with the white exterior, that red interior, really looks good. It really pops for this car. You can see the red upholstery on the seats, red carpeting, red dash, red door panels, everything red inside. Really sets the car off nice. It's bucket seats up front with seat belts. You've got that factory style OEM steering wheel. And then the dash, as far as that goes, it does have all new gauges in it. They're all Holley gauges. You've got your speedo, tack, and fuel gauge right in the center. And then, of course, you've got your aftermarket gauges off to the side, which are Holley also. And those are your your oil pressure, water temperature, and your voltmeter gauges. Full-length center console, automatic shifter. It does have a turbo 350 transmission in it, so that's what your automatic shifter is going to be controlling. As you can see, door panels all look good too. Armrest, we've got no excessive wear on the door panels. A lot of times you'll see these, they get some cracks and so forth in them from just being aged and being worn. This one, there's no cracks in those armrests. We'll go ahead and close this door up. Again, it shuts nice and easy. Again, as you can see, your gaps and so forth all look really good on the car. As we come back, again, your rear wheel well moldings look good. You've got the chrome gas cap here, and you also have the Nova SS emblems back here. Now, as far as the rear section of the car here, you can see your trunk lid here. It all fits very nice. Your gaps are nice. Your rear window, again, it looks great. No chips, cracks, or scratches in that glass. All of your trim work, all of your molding around the window is in great condition also. As we get to the tail panel here, we'll see you do have the bright work and the trim here all the way around on the bottom edge of that trunk and around the tail panel here. Your tail lights, the lenses, and the bezels are all in great shape on both sides. Of course, you've got your trim work here in the center of the trunk. You've got your Chevrolet right here in the center, the Nova SS back here also. And then your rear bumper, all chrome. Again, very nice rear bumper here. No pitting, no scratches or anything like that on that rear bumper. Let's go ahead and open our trunk up. We'll take a look inside the trunk now. Once we have that raised, you're going to see that the trunk lid itself on the underside is painted the same white as the exterior of the car. You do have your weather stripping here. Looks to be very nice weather stripping here. It's you know, meets right together in the center here. There's no pieces, no chunks taken out of it. It looks like it's fairly new weather stripping, so that should keep things nice and dry inside your trunk. Again, all of your rain gutters through your trunk area here, again, are all solid, all intact, so that's not going to let any water come inside. Now, as far as the trunk itself, of course, you can see it's got the red carpeting there that matches with the red on the interior of the car. And then, of course, just to give you an idea, the trunk floor itself, it's all solid, all good here. All of your drain plugs are all installed there. Again, no holes or anything like that whatsoever in the trunk. We'll lay our carpeting back in there, and then we'll go ahead and close the trunk up. There we go. Trunk shuts nice and easy. Again, all of your gaps and so forth on that trunk lid are very nice. You do have the rear fender mounted antenna, the quarter panel mounted antenna. Of course, you got the matching Nova SS emblems back here on the quarter panel. Again, all of your wheel lip moldings are in great shape. Wheels all the way around, tires all the way around, treads in great shape on those. As we come up here for our passenger side door, you'll see first and foremost, all of our glass up here, again, no chips, scratches, cracks, or anything like that in the glass. Your side windows, as well as your rear glass, are slightly tinted. And then again, you can see your trim work around here. Again, as I said before, this is probably all the original trim work that would have been on this car. And again, for original stuff, or what appears to be original, it is in really good condition for the year of the car. We'll go ahead and check our doors. You can see the gaps here, both the front side and the back side. Very tight gaps on this car. Looks good. Your elevations and your body lines all in match here too. Let's open up this door. That way you'll get to see the interior from both sides. And again, you'll just notice on the upholstery, no rips or tears in any of the seat upholstery. The carpeting on the floorboards there in excellent condition. No fading, no rips or tears in any of that. Your dash is nice and solid. There's no cracks or anything in your dash. Again, it all looks good, and it even has the Nova SS emblem over there by your glove box there too. Again, all of your, like say your seals and weather stripping around all of your windows also all look to be fairly new here and looks very good. So everything should seal up really nice from the outdoor weather. Close that. Again, it shuts nice and easy. As we walk towards our front, we'll notice our 350 cross flag emblems on the passenger side front fender, and then that'll bring us around to the front of the car now again. So once we're up here, you're just going to notice it's just your typical 63 Nova front end here. Your grille work here is in good shape here. All your headlights, those are just going to be your traditional sealed beam headlights. Of course, your bezels around the lights, those are all in nice shape. The glass and the lights themselves in good condition. No cracks or anything there. Of course, you got your turn signal and parking lamps right here, and those lenses and bezels are in great shape, as well as that front bumper. No pitting, scratches, or anything there on that front bumper. That all looks good. As far as our hood here, again, this is a steel 2-inch cowl induction hood. Fits pretty nice here. You get your gaps, you can see those. Elevations are fairly good on this hood here. Again, sometimes with your probably an aftermarket cowl induction, but it still fits really nice on the car. Your windshield here, no chips or cracks there. And again, all of your trim work around the windshield's in good shape. Even have a nice set of windshield wipers there. Now let's go ahead. We're going to pull the latch on our hood here, and let's see what we got here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So as we raise the hood up, you're going to see, you know, again, this hood's, you know, nicely braced up underneath, painted the same white as the exterior of the car. And then as far as the engine goes, as I briefly hinted at, it's a non-original motor. It is a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet motor. You can see it does have the chrome air cleaner with the, I'm going to say it's probably like a Spectre air filter element, could be K&N. Nonetheless, though, it's one of the reusable air filters that you can clean, re-oil, and put back on the car again. It does have an Edelbrock 4-barrel carburetor with electric choke, Edelbrock aluminum intake as well. As far as your valve covers, you can see chrome Chevrolet valve covers, complete with breather and the PCV valve there also, so that everything vents the way that it should. All of your heater lines are very nice right here. I don't see any cracking or dry rotting in any of the lines. Radiator hoses look pretty new too. You can see an aluminum radiator here that's going to cool everything a lot better. Nice chrome fan shroud, chrome alternator on this car also, as well as an Optima red top battery to help power it. Now, as far as the ignition goes, we do have an HEI ignition over here. We've got the, I believe those are 8mm plug wires there. Now, this car retains the stock cast exhaust manifolds on it. And I know a lot of guys will swap those out for headers, but there are those that will keep these on for the simple fact they seem to seal really, really well on these cars. Sometimes when you put headers on, you can get exhaust leaks where you may not have had any before. So the manifolds are a nice little touch here. It does have dual exhaust and Flowmaster mufflers on it, which we'll take a look at when we go underneath the car there as well. As far as the brakes, we do have power brakes here. Those are disc up front, drums out on the rear, and it is a manual steering car. Now, again, something we'll see from the bottom side of the car, but I'll just kind of shout it out right now, and that is underneath here, the oil pan. It's got a Milodon deep sump oil pan. So that's going to enable you to run a little bit more oil in the engine. Again, anytime you can do that, that's never a bad thing. That's going to help that engine, you know, just last a little bit longer there. In combination with the motor, as far as the rest of our drive line goes, it does have a turbo 350 automatic transmission in it. It also has a GM 10-bolt rear with a 373 gear in it. All of that, it's going to make this car just a really nice car to get out on the road there and just kind of cruise around with. And this thing is going to handle great too. There's so many components on this car underneath that we're going to go over. It's got tons of CPP products, front suspension components, Viking coilovers. It's got air shocks on the back of the car. The transmission mount itself is a CPP product. Just a lot of nice stuff underneath the car here that's really going to make a difference as far as the way this car runs, drives, steers, brakes, all of that stuff. So with that said, before we go to close this up and go to our underside, I just want to always remind you folks out there that anytime you see any of our cars, whether it's this one you're watching or maybe another one of our videos, always remember you can go to our website at www.hanksters.com, check out the almost probably 100 photos of every car that we have on there, plus the videos for each and every one, descriptions and so forth on there. If by chance, after you're done looking at all that stuff, if you still have questions about the cars, you can always call us. Just dial our phone number. It's right there on the website for you and probably through this video. You can always text us, send us an email. Whatever it is that you need to do to get a message to us, you'll be able to do that, and we'll be glad to get back to you. Also, with a lot of our cars, we're able to offer so many different things that if you come up with that you want to have installed component-wise, say you want to do air conditioning or different wheels and tires on a particular car, just about anything really. If there's something you want added, just give us a call, just hit us up, ask us for a quote, and we'll be more than glad to get that for you there and get you a price on everything to have it all installed for you. And again, as with most of our cars, the price that you're seeing on our website, that's going to mostly include the shipping and a powertrain warranty. Now the shipping is anywhere within the 48 contiguous United States. The powertrain warranty is a 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty on the motor, transmission, and rear end. Again, we're the only dealer out there in the country that offers that warranty. So we'll close this up at this time, and we'll get this on our lift. Take a look at the complete underside, and then finally we'll fire that engine up for you. That way you get to hear how it sounds. Hi folks, we are now underneath our 1963 Chevrolet Nova here. Again, you'll probably hear me say this several times through this video, but I love these little cars. Such a little car, don't need a whole lot of motor underneath these things to make them go. They just, you know, they fly, and you don't have to really spend a whole lot to them. But this particular car here, done up fantastic as far as the drive line and as far as what we're going to see underneath this car. So starting on this car, we're going to start here at the front. Obviously looking way up above, we do have an aluminum radiator up there. It also has CPP products. The entire front end of this car is CPP products. Suspension components. So you've got all of your mounting plates and so forth. You can see how nice that product actually is. It does have the tubular upper and lower control arms on this thing. Everything is all new as far as that goes. Ball joints, of course, those are going to be brand new. They're greased up, so they're ready to go. It does have the CPP sway bar on it also to tie that front end together. That's going to help it corner so much better than what factory would be. It is a manual steering car, but it is power brakes, and that's power disc brakes up front, so it's going to stop very nice. Of course, it's got drums out on the back, but again, still stops excellent. Again, very lightweight car. Looking right up above me here, we're going to see this is a non-original, non-numbers match, 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine. Again, don't need a whole lot of motor to make one of these things go. And then it's got the Milodon deep sump oil pan on it. So you're going to be able to run a little bit of extra oil, and anytime you get into any kind of performance situation, a little more oil never hurts anything at all. Right behind that engine, we're going to see we have our Turbo 350 automatic transmission. Now, as far as the pans on both the transmission and the motor, these are all dry, free of any leaks or drips, so there's nothing on any of this. This does have the flywheel cover on it, so that's going to help protect it from getting any kind of rocks or debris or anything like that you might pick up along the road. It'll keep that from flying up there, possibly chipping a tooth off your flywheel. That won't happen. Again, CPP products here. They went with the transmission cross member here also, so that is in obviously great condition. The seals here, your input seal here, or output seal I should say, on the transmission, that is in great condition. Again, there's no leaks or drips whatsoever where your drive shaft actually slides into it with the slip yoke. Now, before we get too far along, the exhaust system, obviously you see that here working its way from front to back. This does have stock exhaust manifolds on it. So they've got the smaller exhaust tube coming off the manifold, and then they do have it stepped up here, and the exhaust is all welded right here on both sides, stepped up to the bigger size exhaust that goes all the way back into your dual Flowmaster mufflers. And then of course it does have tailpipes that exit between the leaf spring and the rear quarter panel, and we'll take a look at those here in just a little bit. As far as the frame sections up front, those are nice and square, good and straight. The floors themselves are in excellent condition on this car. Just some very, very light undercoating on this. And then there is just one small, tiny patch here. They've done it right in here. It is right below the passenger side rear footboard here. That's where that would be. Everything else is in excellent condition. You can see all the stamping marks and all of your floor sheet metal here. All of your bracing is all intact. We've got all of our cables, brake lines, emergency brake cables, all hooked up and in working order. And then stainless braided fuel line routed all the way from the Edelbrock manual fuel pump all the way back to our fuel tank. As on most vehicles, we've got the drive shaft here that is balanced. And that's going to go ahead and help with any kind of driveline vibrations that you might incur with, any kind of, performance type applications, motors and so forth. And then as far as the rear end, this is a GM 10-bolt rear. It's the 7 3/4 inch ring gear, or 7.5 inch ring gear, and it's a 373 gear ratio that's in this rear end. Of course, as far as the rear suspension goes, we've got the Monoleaf rear suspension. We do have air shocks back here, and those are nice for the simple fact that you can adjust your ride height back here with the simple use of an air hose. It's got a Schrader valve on it. You just hook that air hose up to it, give it a little more air to raise it up a little bit, take a little out to lower it just a little bit. As far as wheels and tires, I did skip over that on the front, but we'll hit on it while we're back here. Wheels and tires, they're 15-inch wheels, American Torq Thrust 2s. They're a polished aluminum wheel. It's got, as far as tires on it, the tread and everything is all in great shape. We've dated the tires and they're all in spec. Up front, we do run a 195/60 R15. On the back, a 235/60 R15 back there, just to give it a little bit of rake there. And then coming back here, as I mentioned, those tailpipes there, now they are cut off, so they're pretty much flush with the bottom of your quarter panel, but they are coming out right between your leaf springs and your rear quarter panels here. The leaf springs are in great shape, the bushings and everything at either end of those, same thing. And then of course your fuel tank here, you can see there's no dents or dings anywhere in the fuel tank. It's just painted up the same, just a flat or matte black underneath here. Again, in excellent shape. All of your fuel tank straps and mounting hardware, that's all in great condition too. And just to kind of bounce back to this, the rear differential cover, nice and dry all the way around there, so no leaks or drips there. And that's pretty much it for underneath our 63 Nova. What we're going to do is what we do all the time. We're going to go ahead and lower this. We'll open up the hood then, and we'll get ready to fire that motor up for you so you get to hear what that sounds like on camera.